Welcome back to Terra by the Bay. I'm David. The LIV Golf organization recently merged with the PGA to form a new entity that will unite these two organizations into the largest professional golf organization on the planet. What is of interest with this is that LIV, it's a Saudi-based golf league, has a lot of ties with Donald Trump. I know, knock you over with a feather. Donald Trump and Saudi Arabia tied again by money. There were 3 golf tournaments that were happening with LIV this year. It happened at the Trump National in Washington, D.C. back at the end of May. There's one upcoming at Bedminster in August. And then there's the Trump National Doral in Florida, which is happening on the third week of October 22nd. It was announced earlier this week that the LIV Golf League officials have been working to move the 3-day team championship from Saudi Arabia, which was going to happen in early November, to the Doral course in mid-October. So the Saudis, for some reason, want to move their team championship to Trump's golf course in Florida, not in Saudi Arabia where it was originally going to be, where the league has their headquarters. They're going to move to Florida where Trump lives and play on one of Trump's courses. This is odd. Oh, and for extra fun and giggles, apparently a year ago, Trump put out a post on Truth Social basically saying that golfers should not have any allegiance to the PGA. They should embrace the Saudis Golf League because the PGA is going to screw them over. And almost a year to the day, the PGA basically came to an agreement with the LIV Golf League. Some basically look at it as a hostile takeover. Okay, so that's the setup. I want to read on this, the intention behind the change, and for entertainment purposes only, now that the Saudis are in Florida, does that give Donald Trump a way to get out of Florida into Saudi Arabia as cargo? Okay. I don't know how they watch him to prevent him from leaving the United States, but it's just a thought. I've always been visioning him with this associated with this golf event, which was going to be in November, leaving the U.S. because he has a business reason to associate with them. So it's a way to get him into Saudi Arabia, and that country does not have an extradition treaty with the U.S. But let's look at this golf change. Why is Saudi Arabia, why is the LIV changing the venue for their team championship? For entertainment purposes only, what do we got? Well, there's the money and there's the juggling. This shows them making this last minute change and all the turmoil it causes. The golf course in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, was supposed to have it at the beginning of November. Now they're going to move the Jeddah tournament 3 weeks back so that they can accommodate the team championship at the Doral for the end of the season a week or so afterwards. Which is funny if you think about it. They are cutting 3 weeks off of their season. Why? Nobody does that. Maybe if the NFL has a strike, they do that. But so this is the turmoil that's going on over this and trying to make the financials work and get everything set up. And they're manifesting something. There is something much bigger behind this. I don't think that this is just like manifesting money. This is the magician has all the symbols with him. So this is going to be manifesting something. I don't think it's an illusion. I mean, they're going to do it, but it could also be it's a cover-up for something else that's going on. But right now, let's just go with the manifestation aspect of this. And what do we have? 9 of Pentacles. It's going forward with an offer of something of value. Who's offering what of value? So here's the question. 9 of Pentacles. Here's the question. Saudi Arabia is moving their golf tournament to the Doral. It's going to be the team championship. It's going to be the biggest event for the LIV golf tournament. Why? What do they get out of it? We know what Trump gets out of it. He gets the team championship. Is there going to be a lot of people at his golf course, a lot of people watching, people buying things and stuff like that? It's going to be a moneymaker for Trump. Why would Saudi Arabia do this? Why would they give up the prestige of their own golf event to move it to the U.S.? I mean, does having it play in the U.S. give it more legitimacy? I doubt it. If they thought so, they would have kept it there, because apparently last year that's where it was played, but they moved it to Saudi Arabia and then they changed it. Was their golf course not ready? That doesn't seem likely. So the question to keep in the back of your mind is, why would Saudi Arabia do this? What are they getting out of this? They don't do it out of the generosity of their heart. We've got the Saudi government is involved here. The government, told them to do this. Or this could be the LIV leads, but some big organization, whether it's LIV or the government, are working together, wanted them to move this. Where's MBS when you need them, right? It's current situation is the Knight of Cups. Going forward with that offer, that peace offering, that friendship offering. This is almost, to me, like repaying a favor. Remember, Saudi Arabia is the one that dumped $2 billion in an investment fund on Jared Kushner's lap, because that's not suspicious. Giving some random dude who happened to be a White House senior advisor $2 billion to run as a fund, a hedge fund or something like that. That'd be like giving me $2 billion to run a fund. Why would you do that? I have minimal investing experiences. Again, what's the thank you for? What's the quid pro quo here? And that's kind of what this gives. This is a kind of a quid pro quo type thing. Overarching energy is the celebration. Now, at the highest energy, you could say that this is the LIV Golf tournament wanting to manifest something good in the United States, and so that this new LIV PGA tournament will be more welcomed because, they're going to do the championship in the United States. So hooray, America, United States stays the hub of golf. But I think there's another agenda going on here, and it's celebrating agreements and successes between the parties. The lesson to be learned is the squabbling, it's the fighting, it's the bickering, it's the arguing. There's a lot of energy around moving this golf tournament. For sure, there's going to be a lot of energy, and there's a lot of squabbling going on with the PGA and people who like professional golf and such to address. So this could very well be just a business decision. And there's the Four of Cups. Offers you don't want. And now we bring it back to Trump. If this is a business decision, this might be trying to get the golfers to come on board here with a message of money. If this is something that deals with Trump, now we got a bunch of movement cards here. We have things of value being offered, friendships being offered. If this is for Trump, this is a favor that, again, maybe they're returning a favor for Trump for something that's already happened, sealing a deal that's happened. Again, Trump had access to a lot of top secret documents, and there's been arms deals to Saudi Arabia. They've been, the two of them have been very cozy with each other. Okay, so as much as I want to make this a conspiracy about Trump and the Saudis, right now it looks more like it's just a way to reach out to PGA golfers, to the American viewer, to get them to watch and accept this new golf league that's coming together. Okay, so that's my initial take on that. Will Trump use this? Now, the other part of this, of course, is will Trump want to use this as a way to go home with the Saudis? Maybe the Saudis lost a puppy, and Donald Trump got on the plane with them to go find the puppy, and then the plane took off. And there was candy on the plane and everything. So what could he do but eat candy and look for that last puppy? All the while bringing, changes of clothes with him and, all that stuff. Maybe he dug up Ivana's casket and brought her with him. So he's not alone. Because Melania's not going with him. All right. Is Donald Trump going to use this as a shield or a covert way to get out of the country? Because you can imagine they're looking at his plane and they watch his plane, but you can't watch the Saudis' planes, can you? Somebody's going to be left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles, moving out of the cold, being neglected, being abandoned. And Ten of Swords, the end of things. Whew, that's interesting. Would Donald Trump use that as a way to get out of... I would look at this as he might ask and they might say no. Or if he does, if there's a way for him out of the situation with the government, it's going to be the end of Donald Trump because he's run. So let's just throw the rest. We got the past. Okay, Donald Trump feeling trapped. No, he's got all these indictments. He's got 71 felony counts against him, more on the way, and he's a victim of his own doings. And of course, he wants out of that because it's a witch hunt, So he wants to travel. He wants to come out. And notice the pyramids in the background here on this card. He wants to get out. And so he's going to come up with a proposal that would allow him to leave his current situation because it's a hopeless situation for him. He feels hopeless, and it is hopeless, and it's going to be his end. So I think we're dialed in here pretty well as I make a total mess of these cards. Hermit, looking for a way out. Hermit on low energy is retreating, but this is kind of looking for a way out. This would be like his last ditch effort to get out of the country. Simply because the Secret Service and the FBI, whoever's watching things, they only have a finite number of resources. And now you're going to have tens of thousands of people at this golf tournament. You're going to have a number of jets that are available for the Saudis to take off in, and you can just stow away if you like. Justice is the lesson to be learned. I would assume this means the FBI and the Secret Service are aware of this potential problem, and they're on the job trying to prevent any type of escape. But this can also be trying to escape from justice. Outcome, the Chariot. Moving forward. Traveling. Does that mean he's going to get away? He's got a plan. He's got a plan. I think he's going to go for it, to be honest. Because you start off, you got the page in the current situation, and underneath he wants to become a knight. He wants to move forward with that plan. And the Chariot shows movement on that one. So obviously two things can happen, right? He leaves or he doesn't leave. If he leaves, well, then we know. If he doesn't leave, is it because he didn't want to or he got caught trying to? And if he was trying to, would law enforcement announce that he was trying to escape? Or would they keep that under wraps? Would they be afraid that people would riot, MAGA people would riot if Donald Trump was arrested for trying to flee the country? But at the same time, if anybody else tried to flee the country, they would certainly be held accountable for that. So I'm curious. Will he succeed? Let's throw a thing. Will Donald Trump succeed? And if he fails, and he tries and fails, will it be revealed? Come on down, let's take a look. The signifier card on this one's going to be Temperance. Okay, we're going to find out. We will find out. If he tries to leave, there he is, King of Pentacles, manifesting with the Magician. There he goes leaving. And wow. These cards came up before, didn't they? Okay, so right now I'm leaning towards him leaving. Him wanting to leave because these cards already came up in the rating. Okay, temperance. What do we got on this side? Air travel, moving fast. This is if he doesn't make it. There's a lot of hard work that was done. He was, they caught him. They caught him at just as he was beginning his travel. And again, like Merrick Garland or Joe Biden or somebody like that is involved in maybe, they might keep his foolish act under wraps. Maybe they won't. But there's the Chariot card underneath. There's the movement. So if he does try it, and I think he will, he's going to have help from the Saudis to get out of this situation, and I think he's going to make it. If for some reason he gets caught, he's caught on the plane. He's caught in air, like they turn the plane around type of thing. Yeah, that would make sense. If they turn the plane around, Biden would order the U.S. Air Force or Navy fighters to intercept that jet plane and bring the fool back. And then, then there's going to be some work involved making sure this doesn't come again. No ankle monitors, maybe just chain him to the stove in the kitchen or something like that. I don't know. If we suddenly hear for some reason there's new restrictions on Donald Trump and we don't know why, that's because he tried to flee. That was an interesting finale to this read. All right. Thank you, everyone, for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. I guess we only have about 4 months, 3.5 months before this golf tournament happens. So we'll find out at the end of October if I interpreted the cards correctly or if something changed. Thank you again. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.